As you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing a top 5 fragrances for new collectors or beginners in the fragrance industry. I am so sorry. I don't know what is going on, but there's some kind of background noises. I don't know if it's a car. But yeah, I'm so sorry for that. I hope that it doesn't wake you up. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, I thought that, that's just a part of the ASMR, some white noise in the background. But for today's video, I picked 5 fragrances that I think suits all beginners and new collectors in this fragrance world that is currently on. The most of them are cheaper than normal average fragrance. They're a little bit more for everyone. I think the most expensive is around 90 bucks, and the rest is like 50 bucks, 40 bucks for some also. So yeah, and before this video begins, I just want to tell you a little bit about, different kind of slang words for fragrances. So a clone, C-L-O-N-E, is a newer version of a fragrance that is not from the same niche or designer house. So for example, Creed Aventus has a clone that is Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc is a clone of Creed Aventus. So I'll be using the word clone a lot in this video because some of those cheap fragrances I have are clones of more expensive fragrances. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about what they're good for and the notes, stuff. I have my computer over here, and I'm just gonna, look over there and tell you a lot about the fragrances. But yeah. So the first fragrance that I would say is in top 5. This is not chronologically, I think it's called, yeah. So this is not the best, the worst to the best. It's just, like, this is just my top 5. It's not in any order, so yeah. So for the first fragrance I have, we have this cologne. It's called Mont Blanc Explora. You can see the little Mont Blanc logo right there, and on the lid too. You can see me too. This fragrance is very beginner friendly. I think this was one of the first fragrances I got. And the thing about Mont Blanc Explora is that it's so versatile. Like, you can rock this any day, any time of the year too. Like at school, office. This one is a date night. It's so versatile, and that's the good thing about it. And as I told you, there's something called clones. A clone is, not a copy, but smells like an original fragrance. So this is a clone of Creed Aventus. And I love this scent. It's not expensive. I think for 60, 50 milliliters, I got this for like 40 bucks, and oh my god, yeah, for 40 bucks, this scent might be one of the best one I have. 40 bucks for this, I think. Even cheaper some places. And the notes of this, I'm just gonna scroll down. The top notes of this is bergamot, pink pepper, and sage. I'm just gonna give this much more different than other fragrances that most people have smelled to. It has this like, in the opening, it has this like alcoholic whiskey or some rum essence, and then it flattens down to a more sweet and vanilla kind of smell. And that's what I love about this, because you get some smoky whiskey scents, and then at the end it flattens down to some vanilla and sweet. So, and I think I got this for like $15, and this is a very, very good winter fragrance. You cannot, I mean, you can't wear this at summer if you want to kill somebody. But this one is for winter and fall. It's very strong, it's very intense, it's very, it's the, you kind of have to smell it. But this one is a very strong winter fragrance. And the notes, as I told you guys, the top notes is rum, just rum. And the middle notes, it's some flowers. I don't get the flowers from this. And the base notes is vanilla. That's what I told you. Whiskey, rum at the beginning, and then flattens out to some vanilla. I am going to spray this again on some paper. For the price again, this one is a beast. I get around maybe 5 hours on my skin for this cheap. That's crazy. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Definitely get the whiskey. You can still smell the vanilla in the start, in the opening. But yeah, the whiskey definitely steps in right now. And the rum. Here, take a smell, take a smell. And about 5 minutes on my skin, I only smell the vanilla and the rum a little bit. The opening is very aggressive in a good way. Get some. Some tapping also. consider